Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about Leatherman MUT multi-tool. This is actually probably one of my favorite multi-tools that Leatherman makes right now. It's something I wish I had when I was overseas, deployed when I was in the Marines. Yeah, the military gives us stuff, but man, nothing like what this tool can do. This tool has so many features on it that it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not going to say that every feature on it is absolutely amazing, but I'd say 90% of the features in this tool are awesome, and I recommend them highly. So let's just kind of go over just some general specs real quick. The overall closed length of this tool is 5 inches. It has a 3-inch blade and a 3-inch saw on it, and it weighs in at 11.2 ounces. So it's definitely heavy, but it's all steel. There's no fake stuff in here. There's a little bit of plastic right there, and that's about it. But the one thing I love about this is just the way it feels. It's got these really great rounded edges everywhere. All the tools are super easy to deploy. They're on the outside. You can deploy everything with one hand by simply flipping the tool over. It's just, I love this tool. Like, I've been using the crap out of it since I got it. And I've had this since pretty much this tool came out. I think it was late 2010 or early 2011. I've had this tool and I've been using it at the range. It's pretty much my go-to multi-tool at the moment. So let's kind of talk about some of the tools on here, and then I'll kind of go into some, what I like and what I don't like aspects of it. So let's just start on the outside here. We'll start with the two different blades. The first blade you have a 3-inch combo edge blade that Leatherman does. It's a 420 high carbon steel blade. I think it's actually, for what it is and its use, it's great. It holds a good edge. It's super easy to sharpen. I'm not going to say their combo edge, like their serrated section really is pretty useless in my opinion. I mean, I'm pretty much a straight edge only fan, but it's there, it's what comes. There's no other option really. There's not a straight edge only version. But it does have a great lockup, as you can see. I mean, that thing comes like all the way over, and you really got to press down to put that blade back, which is great. And on the other side, you've got a 3-inch saw. And I think the teeth on the Leatherman saws are just absolutely fantastic for cutting. And it has the same type of lockup. You really got to press that down to get the blade closed for the saw. So those are the two blades on it. And then, so we're going to kind of just move around. And I'm going to start with the pliers. So let's open this up here. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to zoom in pretty good because there's some stuff that you really kind of gotta. I'm going to zoom in a little more. All right. And excuse my blade. It's a little dirty. I oiled it the other day. Okay, so there's a couple of features on the blade that you might not notice. And I actually didn't realize it had these stuff on there until I actually went and looked at the spec sheet. Give me a second to find a pen here so I can point with. Alright, sorry. I had to find something to use as a pointer. So I'm going to use this really cool pen. So right here, this section right here, this is your needle nose pliers section. And you can see when you close those up, I mean, you can see they lock up really good at the tip. There's a little bit of space as you go down at the bottom, but overall I think, they're excellent pliers. This right here is your regular pliers section, just to do regular tasks with. Right here you've got 154 cm replaceable wire cutters. So if you dull them out, you can actually replace these. And these are your hard, heavy duty cutting and your regular cutters right here. Now, what most people think is that's it for the plier head. That's actually not. If you look right here, this section right here, this little, let me close it and you might see, okay, so this first little top piece right here, this is actually your regular wire cutter right there. So you really can use these to cut, any kind of wire overall, but this is actually the wire cutter right here. This is your heavy duty wire cutter. This is your regular wire cutter. And then right below this little piece right here, let me close it all the way. You can see right there, that's actually a crimper. So if you need to, connect some cables together and you're using little cable crimps, you can actually use that to crimp the cables together to get a better connection with. So I thought that was actually really cool. And that's just grease from where I added it to clean it up. All right, so let me zoom back out here. So that's kind of my review of the pliers section. So we're gonna close it back up and we're gonna go to the next tool that I really like. This right here is actually the hammer and the bolt release tool. So this is actually really nice. If you really have to hammer something in, you can use the foot of it to hammer with. Also, this is your bolt release. So if you get a round stuck in the chamber of your AR or M16, you can just grab it and you pull straight back and it'll actually force the bolt to release, which I think is a really nice uniform tool on it. Inside of the hammer, right here, is your wire cutter. So I'll zoom in so you can see that. So this right here is your wire cutter. And when the tool is closed, it actually has a little bit right here to kind of keep that from getting caught on your clothes or you getting your finger in there at all. So you don't have to worry too much about that. So when you're going to use it, you actually need to remove the driver. You can have it closed like this. I'm going to zoom out so I can cut some wire with it. Alright, so I got some handy dandy paracord yaw that's stuck under a knife over there. Alright, so as you can see, I got some paracord and to kind of get it in there and give it a little pull. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is not the best paracord cutter or seatbelt cutter I've ever seen. I mean, you really got to put some effort behind that, as opposed to say like the Benchmade. This is the Benchmade, what is this? The Triage. And this is the rescue cutter that Benchmade has. Let me tell you, this is a much shorter strand and barely even any effort to cut that. And I'm gonna cut a really tiny piece here. And it cuts through like butter. You know, but like I said, it's good to have, you know, this is a heavy duty tool, so it's not like you're really gonna be trying to do little tiny things on there. So it is what it is. Alrighty, let's see here, bolt over. Okay, so next thing we're gonna talk about is the punch. So this right here is actually a removable and replaceable punch tool. Zoom in on that so you can see it. So what's really nice about this is actually your AR takedown tool. So you know you have your 2 pins to disassemble your AR with to remove the upper from your lower. So you can actually use this and punch straight in on the 2 to push those pins out. 'Cause, you know, some of them are real flush and you can't always kind of press them in with your thumb. And that's what this is for. Other nice thing about this is it actually just comes right off. And if you got one of your, you know, pins is really stuck in there or you need to pop something out, you can actually take this off and use this hammer and really hammer down on something if you had to. And then also, if you are using a cleaning kit, let me see, I got a cleaning kit right here. Hold on, I got a cleaning kit somewhere. Where are my cleaning kit parts? They must not be in this little drawer right here. So, oh, we do want one of those though. I know I have more cleaning kit pieces. But whatever. If you have a cleaning kit tool, you can actually screw it right on here and use it to clean your AR with, to have the long brush on it, which is kind of cool. It's definitely nice, you know, so it's removable and has more than one option on it, and that just sits nice in there right and rounded. The other thing right here too is you have an adapter for your cleaning rods or your cleaning brushes. So I just have a cleaning brush here for a 9mm. And you can just screw that. Doesn't screw all the way down, but it just screws right in and holds it pretty good, and you can just get in there to clean your barrel with, or get in there to clean with if you need to get into something. So that's kind of a nice little feature right there on the side, and that just is right here on the side of the tool. Alrighty, so let's kind of move on to the drivers, because this has several bit drivers included in it. The first one you saw I actually removed, and that was this little small one right here. So this is the bit driver right here. So this is your large bit driver, and to deploy or remove the tools, you just press in. You can see there's a little gap right there. You press in like that, and then they just kind of slide right in and they click in and they're held in there nice. So you get the small one, you get a number 1, number 2 Phillips head driver and a 3/16" flat driver. And that just comes, it normally is just sitting in here and it just stays there, or you have this little slot right here on the side. Let me close the tool, where you can just kind of slide that right in. And I've even left that in there. I've been using it heavy, you know, putting some heavy use on this tool. I mean, you really gotta push to get that thing to come out. So it's not like you're gonna put it in there and lose it. I just tend to leave it here so I don't wind up, you know, snagging this cutter on something if it's in my pocket or in my bag. So that's the first tool, and that generally sits here or there. There are also two other drivers. As you can see right here, you have a driver that slides out, and right here you have a driver that slides out. And to get those, if you can see this little silver piece right here, you press in to get this side out, or you press it all the way in to get that side out. And the way you get it out is, I'll just show you. Just flip it over, pop it on your hand, and out comes the driver. Do it same way. So this is the second driver, and this is a Phillips #2 driver with a 1/4 inch flathead on the other side. And these are definitely longer, so if you really have to kind of get in there to get into something to use it, I mean, you're definitely gonna get some length to, you know, work with your tool. The other driver that comes with, you get a #15 Torx, which is the most common for your optics, for rifles, for rifle optics. Also, you have a 7/64 hex, which are the two most common rifle for older and newer scopes and rings. These are the two most common sizes that you'd be using. So those come with the tool. And like I said, to put those in and out, you just slide them right down through there and slide it right down through there. And then you just push this halfway in on both sides, and it keeps them from coming out. Which I think is absolutely one of the most fantastic things on there, because everything is just self-contained and you know, unusable. Everything's really easily accessible. The other tool you get with this is it comes with a wrench. And this is a 12-headed wrench on the other side. You get a 1/2 inch or 3/8 inch wrenches, and this comes with it. And this thing, oh, well, that just lays out. No, it has its own little storage spot, so don't worry. Now this tool, as you can see, there's 2 screws there. That screw is what you untake out to replace the cord cutter. On the other side, you see these 2 holes. It actually comes with a very nice little belt clip that just sits just right there. Now, I don't really use the belt clip much. I mean, it's not something that I would see myself using because of, you know, this is an 11-ounce tool. It's not going to be riding in my, you know, in my pocket or in my shorts. So I just kind of took that off, and I just keep it in a little baggie, you know, with all my other accessories that I don't use from other stuff. I like it just in this general formation like this. It's nice and slim. Now, what it does is it comes with a really, really nice MOLLE sheath. I mean, really nice. I mean, talking about serious Velcro holdage right there. This does not come with it. This is one of the Leatherman bit kits. I just have it and put it in there because you can use them in here. So this is a really nice sheath. It's got, you know, a water plug, so if you get it wet, this is that high corridor 1000 denier ballistic nylon material that you see on a lot of Maxpedition stuff. Very, very reminiscent of the Maxpedition single mag holster. Funny enough, is this actually doubles as a single mag holster. So you have pockets on the sides here where you can put stuff in. As you can see, I've got a bit adapter that I just kind of keep in here. Right in here, there's a little cubby. You can slide the little bit kit in there. There's also another little cubby right here in the top that you can put something in. Or on the back, on the MOLLE, you actually, this is where I store it, a little cut right here. And you can slide that right down there. So it gives a little more rigidity if you have it on your gear. As you can see, this just sits in there ever so nicely as I knock the camera and closes up. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. So again, overall, you know, we've gone over everything. The only other thing I haven't mentioned is, of course, with pretty much all Leatherman, you have a 25-year warranty. And let me tell you guys, if you're related to someone that's currently in the military, if you have a good friend that's in the military, if you have someone that's in the military or overseas, honestly, this is a worthwhile tool to send them as a present, to get them as a gift. You know, tell them, hey, you know, is something you'd be interested in? I'll get it for you and send it to you. I just think, you know, to have this and be deployed right now, this is the tool for the military to have. And it's not something that's issued, unfortunately. I wish it was. This is just the best multi-tool for military and law enforcement and for the civilian shooter, in my opinion. So that's what I have to say about it. And like I said, if you are related to someone that is serving, think about getting them one of these. I highly recommend it. When they first came out, I've seen them anywhere from $110 to $180, depending on where you get it. I ordered this one. This one I bought in a store. I probably paid about $180-ish when it first came out. Right now, I know if you go on Amazon, I've seen them for about $110 to $120 with shipping. So it's a worthwhile tool. I definitely think the value is there. It is a little heavy. It's not something you're probably going to carry every day, but it's something that's going to be great for your range bag, great for your gear, great for a bug out bag, even great for a car kit. So definitely think about this. I highly recommend the Leatherman MUT. Let me pull it back out here. Wow. And I'll zoom in one more time for you, so you can kind of get a nice overall view of that bad boy. Like I said, the Leatherman MUT, excellent tool, worth every penny. Definitely consider getting yourself one. As always, Semper Fi. Have a good day. Oh my God!